Hey, what's up guys, it's your boy Supercoach Deji back on the video. Today I've decided to do a podcast this week, which might be a regular thing, and joined by me is
Aussie Realms. So what's up, guys? Good to be here, and so good to be here and excited for the podcast.
let's get right into it. So I scored 2,183 this week, which was a decent score. I had Whitfield, who was the tank, and I also had the rookies, which are absolute garbage. But how did you go, Patrick?
So I scored 2,212. I didn't have Whitfield, so I probably could have got another 100 points if the rookies didn't go so bad, like Satterfield, and also Cripps didn't go too good.
Okay, fair enough. That was a pretty good score for you that week. Better than mine. But for downgrade targets / rookies, first one is Darcy Fort, 105. Played really good.
Pretty good week.
He probably not for me since he has Gordon Grundy's bye. But what about you, Patrick?
Yeah, probably not, just because of Gordon Grundy's bye, so I don't really see any point in downgrading it to an R3 unless it's after the buys. But I do understand that some people need to get rid of Riley O'Brien, who has probably reached his peak.
Yeah, next one, which I'm just going to quickly talk about. Rotham, Jeddah's out. Probably should get a game, but probably not worth it. He's probably just going to be in there for 1 week until Jeddah comes back. Same with Haitley, I think. What do you think?
Oh, yeah, Haitley. So, well, I don't really see a point in getting him because he's been on the bubble he played his first game in round 5 and then since round 7, so it's going to be round 9 or 10 this week.
Yeah, so he might come in for Williams, but I'm not sure how long he'll play for. Next one, probably the most popular one, which I'm going to be talking about later in our trade. I think we're both trading him in. Robert Young, 69. Played really good, and probably if you got Matt Parker, probably the best sideways. So what do you think of him?
So Young's in the forward line. I think he's a pretty good option. So he's playing in the forward line. So if I get in Marsh, so if I got in Marsh, then I'd have to deal with Webster, Geary, all coming back in and probably getting dropped. He's a forward. They don't have much competition up there. But another one that there is Joel Garner in the defence. He scored 65, so only 4 points behind him.
Yeah, I think he's actually really good. I actually like him. I think it's only his job security, so I wouldn't probably get him in this week, but I think the next week I would probably consider him. And then also his teammate Atlee, which scored 66. Willem Drew apparently killed it in the second league, and he might get replaced by Drew, but it's going to be 50-50. Depends on teams.
Atlee or Garner, I think, should get in for Drew because Drew had like 32 touches and like 10 clearances or something.
Yeah.
But Atlee, Garner, and Young, probably all the big ones this week. But they're all not on the bubble. They've all played 1 game. So if you're going to get a rookie, you're probably going to go in early, I reckon.
Yeah. Next rookie, Mitch Hinge from Brisbane. I think he actually started off really good. I think he got about 30 in the first quarter. Then it was a bit quiet, but if I had to see a rookie getting dropped in Brisbane, it would probably be Ainsworth.
Hinge or Ainsworth.
Yeah.
Yeah, or Ainsworth. Because I think Hodge is coming back in, so they've got to get Hinge or Ainsworth out. Hopefully it's Hinge because I have Ainsworth. But yeah, so probably it's a no for me. He's also playing his first game. No, he also has only played 1 game, so Marsh is the only one, I think, after 2 games that you might get in, but I'm not sure.
Yep, other rookies, Rupert Wills.
Yeah.
Had a stinker in the first game. Second game scored 80, but Taylor Adams back, so I just don't think his job security is probably going to be horrible. What do you think?
But he's a pretty good tagger, I heard. So he could turn into a George Hewitt. And his job security doesn't look too bad, but probably the thing, he looks a bit inconsistent, and then probably might get dropped as well.
And I'm not a Collingwood fan, but I'd probably have Braden Sear over him anyway. So yeah, and then
Yeah,
on your man Jonathan Marsh on the bubble right now.
yeah.
I mean, I'm not sure about his price if he's worth it. That's the thing.
Yeah, he's 250, 56, and 57. Um, it's a tough one because he's 160k, and even though it probably doesn't matter too much about the 40k extra you're paying on him, I've got him in currently, but I might trade him out. Just because he's got Webster, Geary coming back in, he'll have to make part for one of them, and then obviously just like some other players from the VFL, such as Hind, who are pumping up in the preseason.
Yeah.
He hasn't Nick Hind hasn't played a game yet, but he might come back in.
Yeah.
So I think I might go, instead of Marshall, I'll go Atley, Garner, or Young.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's probably a no at this stage, but I had him in temporarily.
Yeah. Other rookies, Oscar Baker, just a note, or if he satisfies me in the second game, he might be one, but he's only got the midfield position. Billy
Yeah.
Frampton, just a no. Harrison Petty, I don't think so. He's played in ages, so no. That's pretty
Dara
much it for
Joyce is,
rookies. That's pretty much it. I mean, if you bring in Liam Stocker, I mean, he actually
yeah.
scored more than Gibbons Setterfield, so that's probably um, a heads up. So maybe he can score a bit better. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it for downgrades. What do you think?
Well, there's one more from St Kilda who could get dropped as well. He's not even in the team. Dara Joyce, he's been on the bubble. He played in round 1, then he played in round 7. So, not good job security, but good scoring ability. He scored 67 and 60. But
Yeah,
let's face it, he'll probably play every 4 weeks. So, I wanted to get him in, but his job security wasn't too good a few weeks back. And yeah, I think that's all I can see. Oh, Braden Ham, he got dropped this week.
yeah, yeah. Probably if you want to downgrade to the players you probably want to get rid of as a downgrade, probably is Matt Parker, Willem Drew. Oh, you could also upgrade him as well. Zay
Dersma.
Dersma, Petro, maybe Liam Baker. He might be getting dropped. I'm not sure as a Richmond fan, but I've heard he might be getting dropped.
Yeah.
And Gibbons. If you got
Mm,
Gibbons, just please just get rid of him now. But
yeah.
yeah, that's pretty much it.
There's one more, Harrison Petty. Yeah, so Harrison Petty played his first game, 160k, he's scored 52, and he's in defender. So to see how it goes next week, but there's probably Garner, Atley, Young just better than him, but probably Petty and maybe Hinge are the ones for next week.
Okay, so that's it for downgrade targets. Now going into upgrades. So I think the main priority is to get a defender in. Lockie Whitfield probably the most traded in. I'm not sure. Do you have him?
Who?
Lockie Whitfield.
Yeah, Whitfield. I'm trading him in this week. I think we traded him by like 5-10% of teams. Really popular, and obviously with the big 170, I think we thought 2 or 3 weeks he'd be bottomed out. I think his break even's 117. He can beat that, so I think he's going to be bottom out maybe this week, and he'll continue to be 500 to 600, maybe 650k all year, I think. So, yeah, I think he's a really popular option to get in.
Yeah, and he's playing Melbourne, so he's going to score massive on them because they're probably one of the
Yeah,
most worst defensively teams.
that's what
Next
Hearn
one,
did.
probably in defence again, Jakey Lloyd. I'm bringing him in this
Yeah,
week. He's just an absolute gull. He just picks up touches and he can score 120s, and he's probably one of the most consistent scorers, even though he's not that good of a player, in my opinion. What about you?
yeah. So Lloyd, if you have Whitfield and you're upgrading, it's either Whitfield if you don't have Whitfield, you go to Whitfield, or if you do have Whitfield, you go to Lloyd. And also David Mundy, he's going really well. And he's probably a bit out of reach, 591k. Also on Whitfield, so he scored Shannon Hearn, he's in my team. He scored 161 last week against Melbourne, so surely Whitfield would go big as well.
Yeah, so I like Hearn. He's definitely an option, probably out of reach for me right now. I'm not probably going to get him after his bye. Another ones, if you don't have him, which you should have them, is Lockie Neal, Jack McRae. I think they're just musts in my opinion. They're
Yeah,
averaging something crazy, like nearly. I know McRae's averaging 120, Neal's like 130. Other
yeah,
ones, Trav
131.
Boak. Probably don't get him. Probably get him after his bye. To be honest, I think.
Yeah,
He's
well,
priced pretty good, but I think I'll just wait for now after his bye. What do you reckon?
he dropped 22k this last week, so I know. Well, I feel like in the past 4 or 5 weeks, every week's been the upgrade target could be Trav Boak because he hasn't gone over 600k yet, so he's been within reach. But I think you probably wouldn't be getting him in this week. You'd either have him or you want to get him after his bye.
Yeah, another one which is your loved one's Essendon player, Zach Merritt. I really like him as a player. He's definitely going to be going to my side maybe after his
Yeah,
bye.
Merritt.
He's just a tank. I don't know. I'm not much of an Essendon supporter, but what do you think of him?
Well, Merritt's my favourite player. He's scored 121 the last 121 last week. The week before, 129. So I got him in after round 5. He scored 87.94. So not too good. Then he bounced back with two 120 plus scores. He's averaging 113 this year. And, well, some of his scores like 120, 155, 137, 129. So, yeah, he's a really good player. And he could get back to his 2016 form where he played really good. But for the next, say, maybe 5 years, he's probably going to be 500 to 650k. So
Yeah,
a really good option for the past 2 weeks has been pretty in reach and pretty good to
yeah,
get.
yeah. He's pretty elite. Another one that I'm actually going to bring up is Dusty.
Yeah,
Watching him on the weekend, I really liked how he played. Could be back into that 2017 form. I know one person that's actually going to bring him in. And from right now, I reckon he could average maybe 150 if he gets back to his best. And if you want to get him in, probably this week would be the one to get him in. And other ones than Dusty, probably I really like Rory Sloane. Yeah, what do you think of
oh,
Rory?
yeah.
I know George has him. But so
Well,
yeah,
just on Dusty real quick. So last week it was like 490k. This week now 128 people have taken notice. 503k. It's a really juicy price, but still don't know between midfield and forward. Like players like Cripps and Fife, that's not really a worry because they'll still go good. But he can have the odd bad game. So moving on to Sloane.
yeah. Sloane, he's just an absolute tank. I know George doesn't want anyone to jump on him because he probably will get ruined. But if you want him and consider him as an M8, top 8 midfielder, I
Yeah,
would definitely jump on him. Who else? Probably Mitchy Duncan. He's actually averaged 131 in the last 3 weeks, and that's pretty. I think you traded him out, didn't you?
yeah. I traded him at like round 4 or 5. I'm really regretting it. So he's averaging 111 for the year. So I traded him out. You can't really blame me because after round 4 and 5, he scored 87 and 82, and was playing halfback, playing for 3/4 of the 3/4 of the game. And everyone from all news reports he was going to play midfield. Then he starts playing midfield and scores 116, 126, 124, and 144. So ever since I've traded him out, he's just gone big. It's really frustrating, but Merritt's been as well as him, I think. So I traded Duncan out for Merritt. So I'm not too sad, but then again, I probably could have kept him.
Yeah, probably the second most important thing we're going to talk about is Zach Williams. I mean, he did have his hamstring, I think it was tight, and people are saying, well, GWS have actually spoken today and said he's going to definitely be ruled out for Melbourne, and I'm just not sure about that. It's GWS, so I think he'll be out more
Yeah,
than 1 week,
they,
probably 2 to 3. So I'm I'm gonna talk about him in my trades because he's involved. So yeah, what do you think of him? I think you've got him. Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I do. So he scored 75, and every game he's getting a tweak, but not much. So if he doesn't get all these tweaks every game, then he probably could be averaging 110. He's averaging 94 this year. But with GRS, you never know because I remember last year Callie was out for like 6 weeks, and they said he was going to be out just managed for a week, and then this year they've just said Whitfield just had a minor tweak, and he had been out for 3 weeks, I think.
Two.
And Williams. So I'm not sure. I kind of want to see how he goes, but I could just do because I have a pretty strong backline. I have 5 deep, including which are Hearn, Whitfield this week because I got in Whitfield. Smith, Williams, and then a few, and then Daniel Rich. So I could afford to have him on the bench for 2 to 3 weeks, and then maybe trade him after his bye. So I think with my structure, I probably don't need to trade him, but I really want to know how long he'll be out for first.
Yeah. Another one also on that topic. Actually, two players, Darcy Moore and Paddy Dangerfield. Darcy Moore. Um, Now
He's
he was
probably
we weren't sure if he was gonna play, but now he's not playing again, like 100% confirmed. So I think if you have both Williams and Moore, I think trade Moore is more of a priority. But if you want more cash, I think Williams is also a better option. But he's done his job. Darcy Moore, I think he's played really good. Another player, Danger, which you don't really have to worry about that much. I think he's owned by like 70% of teams. So
yeah.
obviously you're gonna have to probably bench him. I think Cats will rest him. I mean they're playing Gold Coast, so and they're not too good. So yeah, what's your
Uh,
thoughts on that?
well, hopefully he doesn't get rested, but he's dropped 24k again this week, even though he scored 115. He's still dropping a bit from his disastrous 26 a few weeks back. But I think he should rise this week. Not sure what his break even is. But yeah, well, upgrade targets should certainly be on the list as long
Yeah,
as.
well if you didn't start with
Also,
him, if you didn't start with him, I think you should just delete Supercoach.
yeah,
And yeah, that's pretty much it for upgrade targets and just like news on people. Probably not
players.
no not that you could upgrade it to, but like just primos slash mid prices if you started in the start of the year. So that's pretty much it for the news on them. If you have
Yeah.
anything to add,
Not much, but with Danger. So, well, most people probably would have traded him. Well, the people that have traded him would be after his 26. But yeah. So with what you said, if you don't have him, you should delete Supercoach. 100% agree with that.
yeah,
But yeah, that's all I've got to add to the upgrade targets.
yep. We'll quickly touch on injuries. So we already did them couple players. Big
Yeah.
boy McAvoy, if you've got him, he's actually injured, so you have to trade him out 100%.
Yeah.
Who else got injured? Was there one?
Um.
I know there was
Well,
one more
obviously
player.
William. Pardon?
Oh, yeah, Coniglio. If you kept
Yeah.
Coniglio, um, he should be playing this week. I've heard by GWS, but you never know again. JPK.
Oh,
If you
is
have
that?
him, which is a really good pod. I'm lucky he didn't play this week, but probably keep him.
Matt Crouch.
Oh, yeah, Matt Crouch. Yes, he's one that I actually own. He should bounce back. I've heard from Adelaide supporters. But yeah, that's pretty much it for injuries and stuff. So moving on to trades. I'll tell my trades first, and you go, Patrick. But my
Yep.
trades is Zach Williams going to be traded out. Reason being because I think he'll be out for more than 2 weeks. I was planning to
Yeah.
have him as a D6, but I think now Brody Smith will have that for now. But I think Brody Smith will be a luxury. I think he'll be eventually traded out. But Zach Williams, I reckon, will be out for more than 2 weeks. So for him, I'm bringing him Jake Lloyd, which is 50k more. And
Yeah.
Jake Lloyd, as I said before, he's averaging 20 more points than what Zach Williams is. And he's just an absolute seagull. He gets touches whenever he wants, and I think he's only been under 100 once, so, and his break even is, I think, around 108. Sorry, this will be the week to bring him in.
Yeah, probably.
Next player I'm trading out is Michael Gibbons. I think his break even is something crazy, and he won't get hit in no way. Um, and I'm bringing in probably the most traded in player this week. I think it's Robbie Young. I think that them trades is probably going to be my final unless something happens in the teams on tomorrow. But yeah, that's pretty much it for my trades. What about you?
So I'm getting rid of Dersma. So I think his break even's in the 70s. Some people moved him on last week, so I'll upgrade him to Whitfield. And then my other trade, as I said before, was Tom Atkins down to Jonathan Marsh, but I might do Atkins down to Young via switching a forward into the midfield. And also if when the teams are announced, we'll see. But I could do instead of Dersma, I could do Williams out for Whitfield, and then I would have a bit more cash to upgrade, so I could do like a big maybe a rookie 200 300k to maybe a mid primo. But it all depends if I trade out Williams or not. But those are practically my trades.
Yeah, I was going to trade out Dersma, but I think I'm going to keep Dersma for the buys. Actually,
Yeah,
no, I'm probably going to trade him. I'm not sure yet because right now my first buy is looking very strong. Second buy is around 17. I need 18 playing, and the third one now, since I'm doing this trade, is back to 18. So I'm just going to need to have to
yeah.
improve my middle buy. What about you? How you going buys?
So I've done a bit on buys, but not too much. I think the first buy is my strong one. The middle one will probably be most people's weakness. I think I have like 16 or 17, and then the last one's my good one. I think I have maybe 19 or 20. But as well as getting 18 out in the park during the buys, you also need to get 18 quality players.
Yeah.
But the good thing about the buys, it's kind of like an emergency loophole thing. If whoever scores highest gets on the field, so that's good.
Yeah,
But yes, so that's kind of how I'm going for the buys. I also might make maybe a video or something on my buy planning.
yeah. Well, there. That's pretty much it. There is actually a website that's I'm actually going to link in the description. That might help you with your buys, but yeah, that's pretty much it for trades. Okay, now captaincy. I'll do my captaincy. Who I reckon is actually reliable option. So VC, obviously, every week you've got to have him at least as a vice or a captain. Brody Grundy against the Swans versus Callum Sinclair should dominate there. That's definitely a vice captain there. I'm not talking about any more vice captains. Captaincy, I think you could go McRae playing North Melbourne. Usually people like to go bigger on them. Who else? Um, Tim Kelly. It's a smoky pod option if you want to go if you got him.
Yeah.
Um, Josh Kelly or
Trips?
Lockie Whitfield. Also
Yeah.
options. And then there's also Cripps and
Who?
Neil. But yeah, what about you? How about you on a captaincy?
So for vice captain, I'm going Brody Grundy, pretty straight option there. And then captaincy on screen it says Whitfield, but I might change that. But I probably shouldn't need to worry too much about captaincy. But if it does come down to Grundy going below 120, I'll probably go Paddy Cripps. Apparently, he's had back-to-back 150s against the Saints, so a really good record there. And the Saints don't really have too much good mids or taggers, so I think that's what I'm doing for the captains.
Yeah, well, I just think Jack McRae. I'm actually doing VC Grundy, Captain McRae, but I think McRae he's back into the form. He scored 124 at Cardinia Park, which is it's not really easy to do. And Paddy Cripps going off a game tag. I know how Caniglio went in the game. He hasn't actually found form ever since that tag. I'm not sure who tagged him, but Cripps got heavily tagged by the bowler, so
Yeah,
I'm gonna consider Cripps, but it just really depends. But Yeah, that's pretty much it for captaincy. So
With McRae, he had like 28 touches, he had like 20 handballs. So he could have more. So at the category, what if he could have got 140, 150? That would have been really good. So I think Cripps on McRae is probably in the main C's, and then Grundy VC.
yeah. Okay, now moving on to a thing not many people have talked about in the podcast. Now we're going to move on to rankings, and we're going to look at the top guy's team, who is now
Yep.
ahead by 250 points, which is insane. His
Yeah,
team's name is Rider to
absolutely
Grey,
dominating.
Adam, and we're
Yep.
just going to look at his team. How is well, to be honest, Supercoach is 70% luck. To be honest, I mean it's also on your starting team selection and your trades, but luck. There's a lot of luck in Supercoach. But yeah, let's go on to team. I'll name the team, then we'll discuss about it. So he's got Herney as a pod. He's got Lockie Neal. Most people should have him if you're in the top 100. Brody
Yeah.
Grundy, same with him. Everyone's got him. Jakey Lloyd, another player. Rory Sloane.
Doesn't have Gorn? He doesn't have Gorn?
Yeah, he does not actually have Gorn. He's got Rob instead of him.
Yeah.
He's also got Zach Merritt, Isaac
Mm.
Heaney, which he must have kept Isaac Heaney. Paddy Dangerfield, Travis Boak, who
Rocky.
else? Tommy Rockcliffe, Nat Fife, Brody Smith.
He has Smith and Led.
Pardon?
He has Smith and Led. Interesting.
Yeah, he has Laird as well. Rob, as we said before, Dunkley, Kelly, Walsh, Williams, Marty Hoare, Paddy Cripps, Sydney Stack, Constable, Corbett, Lysett.
He's got Lysett.
Lysett. Jesus, he's got Lysett. He must have started with him. Matty Parker, Noah Ainsworth, Christian. Gee, he's still got Burgess. Tom Atkins and Willem Drew. But
He's got a pretty strong primo team, so I think he's about 2, 3, 4 primos in front of both of us, I think. And if you look at the total points, the next is a team called Froth from a guy called Alex. I think he's about 250 points in front, which is absolutely massive. So he's absolutely dominating. And mainly, if he goes to the buys and he's still on top through the buys, I think he'll have a good chance at winning it.
But if you're watching this Rider to Grey, mate, you might as well just book yourself a holiday now because you've probably won it. Too early, but mate, 250 points ahead. Surely you can't stuff this up.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
The buys are interesting.
Probably going to trade in Lockie Whitfield this week if you've got the cash. But actually, you're probably going to trade out Lysett as he's got injured. Here's another player that actually got injured. We didn't talk about, but not really many people have him. And that's pretty much it about his team. But also he's also really like how he doesn't have Gorn. That's pretty interesting. I mean,
and he has Lysett.
Yeah, and I think you know why I think he's got like 2 to 3 primers ahead of us. I think it's because he's traded. He must have. Do you reckon he started with Grundy and Lysett?
Yeah, because Lysett is good with the mid forward stuff, and then I think he's got what's his name, Lysett in the forward line, and he's got Bynes on the bench, so he's got that flexibility, which will be handy in the buys. Yeah,
that's pretty much it for his team.
Which wraps up the podcast. We've touched on everything. And there's nothing else to touch on. But if you really enjoyed this podcast, please leave a like, subscribe. And now let's talk about Aussie. Aussie's a really good person. He knows quite a bit about Supercoach. So if you don't mind, he likes to do videos on his channel. So if you want to check out his channel, I'll leave it in the description. He uploads Supercoach every week. He also uploads, I think, Big Bash videos when the cricket season starts. Anything else you do?
No, it's mainly just Supercoach. That's it. So yeah, thanks for having me. It's been pretty good.
Yeah, good to having you. Hopefully we can do this on other occasions.
Yep.
We should make this regularly. But it's been your boy Supercoach Deji, and peace.